Hi, this is Max Van Belgoy at George Washington University, and we're going to be displaying information about a community on a map using PolicyMap. I'm going to assume that you're logged into the GW libraries and into PolicyMap. You will know if you are if your name and the GW logo appears in the upper right-hand corner. Find the community you wish to study in PolicyMap. I'm using Indianapolis, Indiana for my example, but you can enter your community in the location box at the top. Let's take a look at the data that's available for your community. Be sure that you're in the Map section of PolicyMap, and then we can flip through the various data layers that are available. We'll start by looking at family types, families with children, and it'll generate a map. The data layers in PolicyMap come from a variety of sources, and if you want to know where it comes from, click on the little triangle by the title, and then you can click on the link in the little pop-up box. In this case, this comes from the U.S. Census Bureau. There's lots of more information here available. If we go back to the map, we can take a closer look at what the data means. Whenever you work with a map, you always want to take a close look at the legend to understand what the symbols and colors mean. In this case, the darker the color, the greater the percentage. And what's great about PolicyMap, you can click on an individual area and figure out what is meant in the light purple area. 42.8% of the people have children, and it compares it to other parts of the United States. Here in the darker purple area, nearly 51% of all families have children. Let's take a look at some other data available to us. This time we're going to take a look at internet access, and we're going to see who has access to the internet here in this community. There are lots of purple colors again, and this is a little confusing. So what you can do over in the legend is change the colors, and let's change it to something very different like red, so we can be sure that we don't confuse it with the other map. So the darker the color, the greater percent of households have internet access, but we can also look at it by number. And just like before, we can dive in deeper into a particular area or neighborhood and see what's going on there. For example, here in the center of town, this dark red area, there are 3,277 people who have internet access, or not people, households. And then next door to that, there are 557. Notice that the neighborhood is marked out in orange, so you know exactly what area is being described. So that's a quick introduction to visualizing data in PolicyMap. And just to recap, you want to use the Map section of PolicyMap, then select a data layer, review the information and the patterns that are created on the map, and optionally adjust the data layer to look at the information in different ways. Have fun exploring.